All right, guys, I'm back at the shop. I'm still finishing up this roof job. You may not even see this video yet. I figured before I do another video on that trailer rebuild, I should at least tell you what's going on with it, because I just kind of threw it at you. I purchased this trailer off of like Craigslist from a person on the other side of town. I knew it wasn't a very good trailer when I looked at it, but it was late at night and I didn't want to make the trip twice, so I just went ahead and I purchased it. That's where I made a lot of bad mistakes. And so this is me just trying to make the best of a bad situation. I would put a new roof on it either way, so it's not that bad of a situation. The rear wall, that's what we're gonna do next. That was pretty straightforward. The biggest problem is gonna be on the inside. May not see it on this video, but it did have a rotten floor from that roof leak at the front. So I hope that helps some people out. All we're gonna do on this video is I'm gonna rebuild the rear wall and then finish up the roof and go from there. Thanks a lot, guys. All right, so I didn't take a video of putting the trim back on because I was just trying to get this done, and that worked out okay. So I just have the trim across the top to do and this back trim to do. But before I do this back trim, I got to fix the metal back there. All right, so this is what I still have to do. I got to take out that door, start moving, removing these panels, so I can take this strip out, straighten it out, put it back in, and have more of a weatherproof sort of a setup here. Then put the side trims back in and the trim across the top. And yes, I'm changing out all these lights. They will be new. All right, so we got that panel off. It was almost just held on by 2 screws, so that came off pretty easily. We're just getting everything ready to go. I just have to, how these are made is kind of like the opposite of siding a house. Does that make sense? You start at the top and it works its way down. So the bottom is the last piece. There's a piece above gets stapled in, and then the piece below gets pushed up into the slot and gets stapled down below. So there are some techniques where you can wedge this in place. I don't think it's a very good technique, and we're only, what, 3 panels from the bottom. It'll be just as easy to pull these 3 panels off, do it right, get that thing put in there, and then put the 3 panels back on again. You just want to make sure you pull all the staples out carefully. Don't try to force anything. Don't want to distort this metal. This is how do I put it? I know the metal trailers aren't as popular as the laminated trailers now, but I find that on some level they seem to stand the test of time a lot better than the laminated trailers. Almost all the laminated trailers, after we'll call it 7 to 8 years, they'll laminate somewhere and it looks awful, and to repair that is actually a pretty big repair. Metal goes to a wood frame, so almost anybody can go ahead and reframe. It's really easy, 1x2, 1x1 framing. And besides, I have a 1960 Shasta that was metal sided, and besides a little bit of a rot from a window, it was set in the field for a long time, and that frame was still in great shape. And even this frame is still in good shape. You can see the wood right there, it's not rotten. Even the subfloor is in pretty good shape there. So we'll just be removing 1 panel at a time, just the opposite way that was put in. So the last panel was the bottom one. Then we'll do the next one. You know what? It's only 2 panels, so it's this one and this one. So it's not even 3. The only thing you generally want to do is mark the bottom edge of this flange, so when you put it back, you know exactly where that's supposed to be stapled on. And it only gets stapled, so there's a cross member there, a cross member there, and a cross member there. So you can kind of see where the framing is in the trailer there. All right, enough talking, let's get back to work. Well, we got that color band back on. It's technically called a yoder, just because it's got the weird, not mesa metal. This is mesa metal. This is a yoder piece. This is actually structural. This actually gives the trailer quite a bit of strength. You wouldn't think so, but bent metal has a way of making things strong. So I've just stapled it down. I'm using 1/4" staples, so I use 2 of them rather than 1. And we just keep lining them up and hope for the best. That's all I got. You know, it might have just been 30 years ago the factory built this thing wrong, because I had to move it up about 1/4" just to get to make sure it goes in the yoder all the way. I mean, it could be that this got deformed that much, but I don't think it's deformed that much all the way across. Only 1 more piece to go. We're doing great. All right, and just like that, it's back on. Let's see how long it stays on. It's not going to win any beauty pageants, that's for sure. But it'll keep the weather out, which is the plan. All right, I need new tail lights. Of course, that's on. Just clean up this molding, and then we'll put it on the sides. All right, we got the putty on the molding right here. But on this mesa metal, here's an old little trick. The mesa has basically valleys, and if we put the putty on there, the putty that we have won't fill the gap. So a good little trick is to fill each valley with putty beforehand. That way when you put the molding on there, it'll already be filled. You don't spend endless hours trying to fill those holes afterwards, or the gaps caused by not having putty in there. Now, I don't normally do this, but I'm not going to cut all these roof membranes flush with the opening. So I will pull them down and staple them against right here. I just really hate it because when you go to put the trim on, it always snags on this rubber. But I'd like to give this roof as much of a chance as it can, with as much abuse as it's been through. So I'll staple all that down, all the way down. Well, I won't do the AC, because again, I don't like having a flap blowing when the AC's going. I do like the idea of, because there is definitely some rot here, but that's just ceiling panel. I'll probably do a cosmetic repair on this later. I do like the idea of at least wrapping that around to give it some more protection if it does leak again. And same with over here. So I'll show you what I mean when I staple it down. Alright, so when I staple them down, definitely staple them down, but don't leave a flap hanging out, which I think is ironic, because check this out. My grab rack's back here. Look what the factory cut off over almost 30 years ago. Not 30 years ago, but 20 years ago, it just stuffed in the roof. Bet there's another one. I've been finding them all over. I guess we're all just workers like this at some point, aren't we? Maybe that was good insulation. Alright, so I did that one. To the one over the bed. Still have to do the skylight. And this is how I normally do it. I don't put a flap. But definitely on the AC, I don't want a flap. And on the refrigerator vent, I don't want a flap, because those flaps can cause problems. So on the refrigerator vent here, we wouldn't want to have those flaps. Mostly because you won't get them down, and they will flap up like that. It's hard to get a staple gun in there, and we don't want to keep airflow. Airflow needs to move up out of here, so we want to catch that. These refrigerator vents have so many screws on it, it's ridiculous. Anyways, that should hold everything down for quite some time. So this is what I would prefer to see. It's definitely hard to get a staple gun in here to staple that down without making a lip. There's a refrigerator. It's gross in there. So at this point, all I'm going to be doing is putting this roof back together up on top. I have a nice max fan for that vent, a standard bathroom vent there, a skylight, a couple sewer vents. AC goes there, Another max air vent. There was a TV antenna and a radio antenna back there. Just have to put this termination around the front cap. And of course, refrigerator vent. I won't bother you with anything boring like that. Alright, well here's a finished roof. So we should get at least a good solid 10 years out of this one. Got my 2 max vents, my 2 max fans. Should we ever decide to upgrade to have a bedroom AC, I figured that one would just go there. Made more sense to me like that. Feel pretty good about it. The sealant's still pretty fresh, so it's gonna pucker. But once this settles down, because it's still pretty soft. There we go. And that is actually a new AC. I didn't like the black shroud because it really ruined my aesthetic. So I got a white shroud for it. And there's the roof.